River levels on the Witham and tributaries are lowered from the beginning of November until the end of March. This is to prevent flooding from greater rainfall, usually expected in the winter months. So the easiest boating in this area is from the start of April until the middle of May, when there is no weed or fishermen to hinder progress. The Witham drains, however, do not always have the levels raised until a week or two later. We discovered the lower levels were still at winter level when we took our first early trip, so not only were we the first boat through, but low water meant we were more likely to hit any underwater obstructions that lay in wait for the unwary or unprepared. So I cautiously entered Anton's Gowt lock with wood, the fish finder showing only a foot or two to spare, with the prop churning up mud in a place or two.
Well, we've got some manpower here, they better stop here while we're up the other end, because it's harder than this end normally. That's not down, mate. Got something jammed in it.
It'll not go right.
It don't go right down, but it's... No, but it's about an inch.
Anton's Gowt lock is one of the heaviest you will find anywhere. The huge gates have to facilitate high river levels on the Witham, as well as the difference in height to drop down to the level of the drain. Also, this lock is little used, even in spite of summer. Apart from BW maintenance, I doubt the gates have been open since the end of last summer.
So now you know what it's like being on a canal?
Yeah.
I was ably assisted by Rick, my friend who was taking the trip with me, and who also assisted with the camera work, having brought his own camcorder as well as using mine. But it still took around 2 hours to clear the lock and get wood through. Thankfully we were also assisted by locals and workmen, as opening the huge heavy gate can be a 2 or even 3-man job. Once safely through, however, we had no complaints, as it had just started to rain. Usually with boating it rains while you're at the lock. In fact, boaters have a saying, it always rains at the lock.
Tell you what we'll do, we'll stop under the bridge.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sandwiching that then, yeah.
And I'll take them stuff off the roof.
Exiting Anton's Gowt, we turned right along Frith Bank Drain. This shallow and narrow drain is about 2 miles long and takes you to the wide West Fen Drain, almost as large as the Witham. We sheltered under Paul's Bridge as Rick had suggested. With a brighter sky, we walked up to Cowbridge Lock, which is hidden in the corner of the sluice, just to the right and at the end of the wide West Fen Drain that goes to Frithville. Cowbridge is a more recent and easier lock, with a guillotine gate and 2 smallish metal gates at the lower entrance. These have no balance beams, with just a simple chain to pull them open. It was of course full of rubbish after the winter, so our first job was to flush the lock. This is relatively easy, as you just fasten the gates open with the chain and open the guillotine a little. This done, I brought wood into the lock. Managing to get a fender snagged on the gate, which I had raised when moored under the road bridge to shelter from the passing shower. Safely through Cowbridge, we turned left around the golf course onto the Stonebridge or Trader Drain, as it is known locally by some folk, no doubt because of the Sibty Trader windmill. Passing under a couple of bridges, you see Stonebridge ahead, with the first glimpse of the Trader windmill in the distance. With only an inch to spare, we got under Stonebridge, but were stopped at Halebridge by lack of headroom. So a little video of the Sibty Trader windmill before returning to Cowbridge. Going back under Stonebridge, Barney looked up anxiously, hoping the water level had not been raised, but he needn't have worried, although care is always required under bridges, mainly because people are known to throw things in. Shopping trolleys, stolen push bikes or even motorbikes are the usual culprits to be found, although these are more often under the canal bridges of larger towns.
Here, isn't it?
It is.
It's not very handy having no neutral. It's quite handy having two forward gears.
Back at Cowbridge, we continued on the Maud Foster Drain into Boston by the so-called back door. Passing under Rawson's Bridge and the railway bridge was soon followed by a footbridge with sewerage pipe. We then saw the Maud Foster windmill, with the sails turning. Approaching by water and you get a clear view of the lovely site of a bygone age, and much longer than the usual approach by car. Passing the mill and under Bargate Road Bridge, we came to another low road bridge, the end of the road, well, river actually, for us. So returning again, back past the mill and under the bridges, we quickly found ourselves back through the lock and on the shallow water of Frithbank Drain.
You're okay.
Steady but easy progress was made with Boston Stump, the tower of St Botolph's Church, seen over the bank. I was fortunate enough to have Rick's eagle eyesight spot a kingfisher, which I managed to video. Back at Anton's Gowt, with the Medlam drain stretching before us, we turned into the lock, only to find the gates had shut, no doubt due to the rubbish stopping the paddle shutting and causing a flow of water to close the gates. So mooring up and climbing the high rickety ladder was our only exit, just what you need after a long day's boating. Great care was required as the low water level meant an even greater vertical climb than usual. Also with a heavy windlass in hand, which is required for opening the paddle from the gates. However, this was achieved safely, and we were soon back inside this huge lock, although the flow through the stuck paddle made manoeuvring a little difficult. I hope you've enjoyed the trip as much as we have.